Holy freaking shit. I just watched Tennocon 2025 and, well, my mind is officially blown. I don't know how to react to this. I was right, but I was wrong, but we were all wrong, and I haven't seen any theories that specifically says that this is the case. DE just threw us a major, massive curveball, and if you weren't one of the 400,000 people who watched Tennocon 2025 right now, or haven't been in the relay, holy moly, we are going to Tau. We all know that, or most of us knew that at least. But boy, oh boy, was I not ready for what happened right now. What the hell just happened? Well, let me actually get into it. And by the way, if you enjoy Warframe lore and deep dives and discussions and theories and stuff like that, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Right. So, the cinematic starts where the trailers ended, where you saw Excalibur Prime. And by the way, I said Excalibur Umbra in my previous video. It was a mistake accidentally. I was in my head and in any case, it starts with Excalibur Prime waking up and all of a sudden this massive sentient being kind of walks past. You're trying to dodge and dive and it looks like an in the war situation. And I was like, whoa, are we fighting the sentients? No, we are not fighting the sentients. Quite the contrary, we are with the sentients, and this isn't the old war, it is the old peace. There has been a history of the Tenno that has been forgotten, that we don't know about, and with the help of Lotus, we find out what happened. Apparently, you had a friend, and not just any friend, you had a sentient friend with the name of Adis. Of course, this isn't Adis, it's a real name, as you will see right now.
Let's go, Truth Bloom. Adis.
So essentially what is happening right here is you are in the Tau system on a planet, or technically a moon in the Tau system, and you are fighting a war to keep the peace between the Arcan Empire and the Sentients. We are all united in this magnificent, amazing place. Of course, you kind of get grabbed out of the whole thing with Lotus being kind of weirdly attached to you, and obviously Lloyd is not happy as to what is going on right now, but you want to go deeper. Lotus wants you to go deeper into it to uncover the actual truth, and somewhat you are beginning to do that, and it is all going to unravel as we are going to the Tau system in 2026 or late 2025 into 2026. This is going to be the new expansion of the storyline, and it seems like we are still going to be focusing on the indifference and ultimately probably Albrecht Intrati. Like I always say, it is always Intrati. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with me saying it is always Intrati. Right. It has been mind-blowing. You are in this situation, in this war situation, and you find yourself in the middle of a battlefield where you need to fight these warriors or a rebellion that kind of don't want to keep the peace, and you want to know what is going on. It is here where we kind of seem like we discover a new void power or a void expansion power that we might already have or now know how to actually use, where you create a portal with Excalibur Prime coming out of that portal and getting a massive void-powered sword to cut that entire massive machine in half, making it explode. Absolutely huge power-up for the operator. You want to know why do they want to fight you so bad, and they say, well, let me show you the truth. As you walk into this massive dome, weird dome type building or a ship maybe, or whatever the case may be there, and you find a sentient warrior in the middle trapped inside of that place. Now, that sentient is no sentient that is normal in the, well, normal sense. That sentient is mind-controlled by this, I don't know, rebellion that is fighting against the Arcan Empire, and you are in this face-to-face with it. You kind of have a moral choice to make. It's either you or the sentient, and you ultimately actually stab the sentient and he dies, or it dies. Blood spilling all over, and you turn around as you hear some sobbing, and it is your friend, Adis, crying and saying, enough. I'm done. Essentially, it's a very emotional moment, and you kind of get out of it all of a sudden again, and you cry and you say, it was you killed it. You killed it. And I think that is where the war starts to unravel, where the old war starts to go crazy, and where the sentients kind of start turning against the Orokin Empire, as the Tenno and the Warframes are a product of the Orokin. And I think we are going to get into that whole battle in between what happened before the old war or maybe after the old war. We don't know exactly when this plays off, but I'm thinking it is probably before the old war. Also, one thing that's very interesting to me is Lloyd mentions this as polluted memories. So might some of the memories be fabricated? We don't know, but either way, this is absolutely insane. Let me know in the comment section down below. What are you thinking? By the way, just a little tidbit. I don't know if we're playing with Excalibur Prime, but I mean, in the demo, they played with Excalibur Prime, so I'm guessing we're gonna be able to actually play with Excalibur Prime, maybe just for this mission though, but we might actually be able to play with him, which would be absolutely insane and amazing. And I hope they keep it just for the mission, and obviously don't give it to everybody, because the founders do deserve their rightful place as the only and sole Excalibur Prime owners. What do you think about the mission that DE is going for? Do you think it's a good idea? On another side note, DE is actually in the interim before that update going to update the game with a smaller version of it with 3 new frames, 2 proto frames, Harrow and Wisp. I don't play with any of them yet. I don't really like Harrow a lot, but I like this proto frame of Harrow, so I'm keen to see where all of that is gonna get into. And then of course we have a new Warframe coming along, a devil-themed Warframe, which is gonna be insane and going to be absolutely amazing. Are you as excited as I am to experience the old war Grineer or old war style Grineer and all the sentients kind of living in peace with you and in harmony, and maybe finding out what actually happened during the old war, what happened before the fall of the Orokin Empire? If you are as happy as I am, slap that like button, as I want to get at least 200 likes on this video. And with that being said, I'm going to see you in the next one. I'm going to post the actual gameplay demo on the channel, so if you want to see that, click on the video on your screen right now.